I'm joined by Serge Kahili-King, who is a Hawaiian shaman. Welcome to Australia, Serge.
Thank you.
Now, what's brought you to Australia? Because you haven't been here for about 12 years.
Oh, but I was invited recently by friends and interested people to come and teach about some of our healing methods.
Okay.
Right.
Can you tell us how you became a Hawaiian shaman? Because I understand there's a bit of a story behind it.
Okay. First of all, I'm not Hawaiian by blood. I was adopted by a Hawaiian family and raised in their tradition, like my father before me, same family. So actually it's because of my father that I was even accepted by what became my Hawaiian grandfather. Okay, so he adopted me as his grandson after my father died, and then took me in for that training. I also trained for 7 years as an apprentice to an African shaman, and then finally came back and decided to share this knowledge with the world. That's not typical, but that was my choice. Yeah. Now, in the course of doing this, I was trained, started off as a shaman. I'm one of the unusual types because first I was a shaman, and then I decided to become a psychologist. And I wanted to do that because most people in the world are living in cities, and they've left the shamanism back in the villages. And this is so valuable. It was so valuable for me and my family and my friends that I wanted to share it. So I became a psychologist to be able to have the language and understanding to teach this to modern people, and then specialized in what I call urban shamanism.
Can you tell us about the 7 principles of Hawaiian Huna?
Sure. Now these are ideas about life. These are not laws, cosmic laws or anything like that. These are just observations that Kahunas in Hawaii had over a very long period of time, coming down through my family's tradition. So they're observations. That's why it's a philosophy. And the first one is that the world is what you think it is. Doesn't matter what's happening. What matters to you is what you think about what's happening, because that's what you're going to react to. The second one is that there are no limits. Anything can be changed, right? If you know how to do it. It's a practical philosophy.
Yep.
Okay. Third says that energy flows where attention goes. Wherever you put your attention, that's where your energy and the energy of other people is going to go. So learning how to focus is one of our primary skills. It says that now is the moment of power, right here and now. You cannot, one way to put it is that you can't get burned by yesterday's sun, you can't get wet by tomorrow's rain. This is the moment of reality. We say that to love is to be happy with. Now this is a direct translation of the word aloha in its roots, which means love, but it's love in a particular way. It means love is being happy with someone or something. And so it's a very clear understanding of when you're being loving and when you're not being loving. The sixth one is that all power comes from within. Your power to change your life, to change anything in your life, comes from within you. And that particularly applies to healing. It's what we call the healee is actually the healer.
Okay. Yep.
And finally, effectiveness is the measure of truth. This comes out to mean that the means determines the end. A lot of people are focusing on the end and using whatever means they want to. That doesn't work. You're going to get an end which is going to be in harmony with your means. So if you are trying to heal, you use means that are healing. And that gives you the most effective healing. Sometimes the body will heal in spite of the means you use, but not necessarily because of it.
So what kinds of people are drawn to the type of Huna that you teach?
The people that are drawn to this Huna are people who want some kind of change in their life. Because this philosophy deals with anything and everything. We have major scientists using this philosophy for the cutting edge technologies that are happening today. We have people using it in their personal lives for their healing, for their relationships, for their success. We have people who have adapted this to all manner of ways of accomplishing something, but all of them involve changing something.
We're seeing a lot of change happening on the planet at the moment, and how do you see Huna actually assisting I guess, the human development over the next decade or so?
Well, if they would, to the degree that human beings will use it, this is a philosophy that will allow anything to be done more efficiently, more effectively, more easily, and more harmoniously.
Now, you've just recently finished some training here in Australia, and you also conduct a lot of training in Hawaii. Can you tell us, when people come along to learn about Huna, what sort of things do you teach them on, and what do they learn?
Sure, we have trainings that specialize in healing. And that's what I did here recently. We taught mostly a very specific, incredible healing technique that people apply themselves. And that's called the dynamine technique. We teach this also in Hawaii, but we teach courses on personal development using Huna, where we teach in nature. And that's a nice place to teach in nature.
Definitely.
We also teach what we call advanced Huna healing, where we bring in a lot of the shamanic kinds of techniques, teaching people how to teach others. We have hula workshops, because there's a lot of the philosophy in that. We teach Hawaiian massage in Hawaii and around the world, and that covers a lot of what we do, mainly healing, self-development, and Hawaiian culture.
Well, thanks so much, Serge, for coming on Pathways.
Mahalo and aloha.
Thank you. And I've been speaking to Serge Kahili-King, who is a Hawaiian shaman and Doctor of Psychology. For more information about Pathways magazine, you can visit our website, which is www.pathways33.com. You'll find that there's a whole bunch of alternative health products and services available online. Now, after the break, Bev Brock is going to be explaining to us about Tibetan massage.